So today I'm going to be reacting to your guys' Week 17 Raider hot takes. This is where I give you guys a platform to voice your hottest takes, whether good, bad, or anything in between. I usually do this after some Raider games, but after this game against the Saints, I definitely wanted to get your guys' hot takes, especially going into the last game of the season. So if you do want to be featured on the next episode of Raider Hot Takes, keep a lookout on my Instagram. And if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me at Simone Raider, because that's where I'm going to be asking you guys for your Raider hot takes on a random basis. As always, if you guys are not subscribed already and you guys do love Raider content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. Let's get into it. AP will be back next season. Now, I do believe that this is a hot take because with all the rumors and reports going around these last couple of days, it seems like AP's days as a Raiders head coach are numbered, whether you like it or not. You guys know my stance on this. I feel like he deserves at least another year to see what's up. But then again, I wouldn't really be mad if the Raiders went out and found a head coach that had experience that could possibly turn this franchise around. Because at the end of the day, we all just want to win. And with AP coming in this season with all the hopes and dreams and aspirations for us Raiders fans to turn the season around, turn this franchise around, it was the total opposite, and we got to witness the worst season in Las Vegas Raiders history. Whether he did have enough weapons or not, I know a lot was stacked up against him. Not to take away from the fact that he has struggled coaching games, managing games, and bringing in people and making decisions. But do I really feel like AP will be back next season? I don't think so. And I'm one of the guys that actually wants him back. AP didn't get a fair shot this season, dealing with injuries and crap OC most of the season. The man deserves one more season to show what he can do. Exactly what I just said right now. I don't feel like we should move on just yet. I know Raider fans are so accustomed to just moving on to the next thing when one thing doesn't work. And I know one example that a lot of Raider fans want to bring up is Dan Campbell with the Detroit Lions. His first season with them, everybody was calling for his head. But he turned that franchise around, and that Lions team is looking like a contender just years after being hired by the Lions. So could that happen with the Raiders? I don't know, but the possibility is there if the Raiders want to stick it out and hopefully turn this franchise around with Antonio Pierce. It could possibly happen, but then again, we're just putting hopes and dreams into something that might never happen. Fuck it. Let's beat the Chargers next week. Well, that's definitely something that I'm down to do. I know I was a bit on the tank train a couple of weeks ago, but with the Raiders winning back-to-back games, I just feel like it's just right that the Raiders go out with a bang. At the end of the season, we won back-to-back games, so we might as well go into that last game against the Chargers and just whoop they candy ass at Allegiant Stadium just one last time. Just give us a win, Raiders. That's all we need, man. We could at least have some bragging rights going into the offseason. It's not like we're really going to be getting a quarterback in the first round, but maybe I could be wrong. At the end of the day, like Al Davis once said, man, just win, baby. Especially if it's against your AFC rivals. Draft Jeanty, take Gabriel. Now, I'm not going to lie with you guys. There was actually a lot of Raider fans, a lot of hot takes for the Raiders to take ASHTON JEANTY in the first round and getting Dillon Gabriel later on, or maybe Jalen Moreau, or getting offensive line, whatever it may be. Drafting Jeanty was, I would say, majority of the Raider hot takes in this post. But I thought I'd just answer all of that right now. Now, I know earlier on in the season, we all wanted to get a quarterback in this draft. And as the season went on and as the Raiders won games back-to-back these last 2 weeks, it's starting to look like the Raiders are going to be falling down the draft board, maybe in the top 10, somewhere like 6, 7, 8. I feel like that's where we might stay, especially if we win this last game. But with that being said, quarterback is not going to be an option at that position, and I feel like the Raiders could go in that direction where we just draft best player available. Whether it's the right decision or not, is the Raiders going to get set back with that decision? Who knows? But at the end of the day, getting the best player available just helps build this team for the future, and that's what we did last year. We messed out on the quarterback, and we got Brock Bowers, who's been balling out this season. But now you got a chance right now to get a generational running back in ASHTON JEANTY. Do I feel like that's a bit of a high value for him? For us, yes. But then again, the Raiders do need a running back. Now, the only reason why I would be shy to getting ASHTON JEANTY, as great as he's been this season, is the fact that this NFL draft class is flooded with solid to great running backs later on. We could get a running back in the second, third, fourth round. There's a lot of guys. You got Omarion Hampton. You got the guys over there at Ohio State. You got Caleb Johnson. You got so many different names that we could go get. Running back wouldn't really be that big of a need, especially if we just got a best player available pick at that position, whether we go get Terrell McMillan, you could go get the best offensive tackle in the game, you could go get one of the best cornerbacks and Will Johnson if he's still available right there, Mason Graham, Abdul Carter, the list goes on. Would I be opposed to getting ASHTON JEANTY? No. But I don't think he'd be my number one choice. But pairing him up with a young quarterback like a Dylan Gabriel or even Jalen Moreau, I think that would be the way to go. Or even if we go and address an offensive lineman in the second round and getting a quarterback later on, I guess I wouldn't be too mad at that. If the Raiders are going to move forward and maybe move forward with Aidan O'Connell as the starting quarterback for this team for the next season, if we don't get a quarterback earlier on in the draft, then I feel like one thing that will help this offense as well as Aidan O'Connell would be getting a running back that could take the load off of the quarterback. And when you look back at Aidan O'Connell's rookie season with the team, he succeeded at the end of the year with the team because we had a running back like Josh Jacobs and we had a guy like Zamir White kind of taking majority of the load off of the quarterback's hands. And if the rumors are true that the Raiders could possibly bring in Mike Vrabel to be the next head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, he really put all his chips into the running back position with Derrick Henry and making him the bell cow, helping the Titans, be that team that could be competitive or at least just make it into the playoffs. So if there's any other running back that I could see getting that same workload like Derrick Henry had in Tennessee, I believe that it'd be ASHTON JEANTY. So again, I just think that it's a luxury pick. Do we really need it? Maybe not in the first round, but if we do get it, then I wouldn't be too mad with that. And he would be another cornerstone on the offensive side of the ball to help this team out and, just build around the quarterback position when it's time for us to go get that quarterback of the future. Take TMack in the draft. Now, I know a lot of people are not really talking about getting a wide receiver, especially in the first round, but, TMack is definitely the best wide receiver in this year's draft. Not only that, Mausis Poly, and if the Raiders had a chance to pick him up in the first round, I wouldn't mind that at all. We would solidify a young wide receiver one for years to come. And just like I said with ASHTON JEANTY, you're just building pieces around the quarterback. And when that time is right, when we do get that quarterback, he could be that guy. I know our wide receiver room isn't the best, but they're not the worst. We have a lot of young dogs over there with Jacoby Myers. We got Trey Tucker, DJ Turner. But just solidifying that wide receiver core with a guy like Terrell McMillan, that would be huge. So again, I definitely wouldn't mind getting TMack in the first round. Trade for Hunter and Shedeur. Hey, if you're going to try to trade up to get both of these guys, you're going to be giving up your whole future. And who knows if you're going to have to give up Max Crosby to do that as well. Because right now, we ain't sitting in the top 5. But to get into the top 3, heck, the top 2, to get both of these guys, I'm not for it, man. I kind of dabbled with it a little bit if we were at that number 1 overall pick, but looking at where we're going to be sitting right now, especially when the season is once said and done, I don't think that the Raiders are going to have enough capital to go up and get both of them. Maybe we could go up and get one of them, but to get both of them, I think it's at this point impossible. And would I want to do that for both of these players? Nah. I would do it for Travis Hunter, but for Shedeur Sanders, I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on that. I want Hunter. I want Hunter too. But will we get him? I don't know. I highly doubt it. Did you all see Mark Davis's smile? AP is not going anywhere. Just because my boy Mark Davis is happy and looks happy and smiling doesn't mean that he doesn't have a move up his sleeve. I feel like him and Tom Brady are definitely making moves behind the scenes, and knowing Mark Davis and how he's been acting, whatever Tom Brady says, he's going to do, most likely. Now, I know that he's kind of referring to the clip of when the Raiders were in the locker room, and you see Mark Davis in the background looking all jolly and happy. And you know what? I think Mark Davis, at the end of the day, just wants to win. He doesn't care about tanking. He doesn't care about draft positions. Just winning is what makes him happy, and he'll do whatever it takes to win games. And at the end of the day, how can we be mad at him or this team? With that said, though, man, I appreciate everybody that dropped the take on the post that I posted just yesterday, man. I know I'm not home right now. I'm actually in Cali, about to celebrate my daughter's birthday tomorrow. But I thought I'd drop a video for you guys, get you guys' takes, and just kind of go over it with you guys and see what you guys think, man. Let me know what you guys think about the Raiders and all these takes that I dropped today. Until the next one, this your boy Small Raider and your boys. Yeah.